Good morning, guys. Welcome to Forex Walker. Welcome to Arbitrage Trading with Calvin Ports. Welcome to episode 47. So many welcomes. Today I'm saying good morning for the first time. The reason being this video is being captured at 1:32 a.m. I'm not sure where we can see the time here, but it's 1:32 a.m. and most of my videos are being taken at midnight, either at 12 or 1 a.m. So those are some of the things that you need to know. Part of the reason being the neighborhood that I live in is a village. We have chickens and all of those things, so it becomes loud, and most of the people here love music. So uh, I held a tiny trade from up here. It dropped. It's This is the Eurozar. The Eurozar being the euro and the South African rand. So we had uh, a rejection towards the 50% fib, and the market went to the uh, 23.6 here. This is the 50, this is 23.6, and it reversed. So what I normally show you guys is that we have the first touch, the second touch, the third touch manipulates, and that's exactly what happened, and the trade continued lower. However, I need to warn you guys about the euro. What I do with this currency called the euro is that I look at the larger economies inside of Europe, which are Germany, France, and Spain. So most of the time, when I trade the euro, I want all of these three large economies to give me an economic report that is moving in the same direction. Once I get conflicting signals, uh, Germany and Spain are bearish, and uh, perhaps France is bullish. I don't like taking conflicting signals because I really don't trust the euro. The euro is like it's an index of Europe, so you don't want to take conflicting signals. I just want all of those three economies to give me the same economic sentiment. I want the same economic report for all of those three large economies. The reason being uh, is because if those large economies are having a trade surplus, it, it, there's a high possibility that even those smaller economies are going to have the same trade uh, surplus or deficit. The reason being is that they trade together with those large economies. So if those guys are doing well, most likely it will be that those smaller economies are going to be doing the same thing, and that's probably the reason why we expect the market to move in the direction of I call it a trio move because I'm expecting three of those economies to move in the same direction. I don't like conflicting signals, probably because the move might be bullish, but mostly sideways. It might not go as far as I wish. So this is just an update on this video. Yeah, I was able to hold that third touch that manipulated here. Most of the time you see me doing something like this where I go to the highest level of the previous shoulder, and I come back again. I go to the lowest shoulder. Those are just my projections of what the pullbacks will look like. So the person who held here for 3 days, they did make money here. The person who held here for 3 days, they made money, and you can always get stopped out in profit for that 3 days, and you can always come back to hold this previous shoulder here and drop lower with the market and take that beautiful swap all the way down there. However, you have to remember that the ZAR, the South African rand, is economically uh, bearish. So even though I just told you that there's a high possibility that the euro might gain some strength, and that's the reason why I'm expecting something like this. So let me draft you the economic projection properly. So I'm expecting the market to at least break below this low, but this market is not going that far. This is probably the order block that we might be rejecting from. And after breaking below this low, we might the euro might gain a little bit of strength because I got the conflicting signals on the three large economies on the euro, and we might get that beautiful pullback. Probably because the South African rand is actually weak, so it's pricing in some sales. You remember those 30% tariffs with the United States, so we need to price in those tariffs. And the larger trade that I'm trying to hold here is a pullback from some order block here lower. That's the Eurozar trade that I'm looking forward to taking. Uh, Hopefully, we might get a weaker euro uh, in December, between November and December. So those are the reasons why I'm expecting some lows. This thing was drafted a long time ago. I know I just drafted something that looks like this, but I didn't see it. So those are the plans that I have for the euro and the South African rand. This was just a tiny trade. However, my expectations are just that we can go below this low and take off from there. Those are my expectations. The euro is supposed to be selling, but because of those conflicting signals, it is only selling because of what was the economic reports taken by Denmark, but those are the only economic reports that we have. This is an old trade that I had, which is at NZDJPY. So this NZDJPY will be playing around. It will be moving up all the way above this level, and we might be moving out of the recession. Here it says buying the NZD on a reserve or empty fuel tank, a simple pullback strategy from both currencies says just this is just a revertance. So this thing will keep moving higher, but talking about the New Zealand dollar, we don't really have anything that I can say economically is lifting that currency. We might be looking at some hedge inflation trades in the future, and hedge inflation trades are inflation driven trades where we look for a currency that is doing well, and we match it with a currency that is not doing so well. Those are the trades that I'm going to be looking for. There's the euro pound. Now, in the euro pound, you want to hold those short positions. And I just told you that the euro is not safe. Yeah, but you can hold, the pound can actually defeat the bullish move in the euro. But somewhere, somehow, the euro might be moving sideways or bullish, so it might delay the trade that we have with the euro pound. Part of the reason why I don't believe in it. Here we have the pound USD, and this one is for traders who don't believe it, who are not carry traders, traders who trade short term. You have to remember that once we get those pullbacks, this thing will actually break above this high. Those are the expectations that we have at the moment. This is silver. I talked about silver taking off and never coming back. It will continue doing that. It is silver and those other silver, gold, and euro gold. They'll keep moving higher uh, because of those interest rate cuts. They normally move due to interest rates. They'll keep moving higher like that. And this is let me check the time. This is the Euro Turkish lira, destroyed all of my drawings here. I will be talking about the Euro Turkish lira in the next trade because it's wasting my time here. I'll be talking about it on the next trade. And uh, I just want to show you guys that imaginary. I don't like doing things like this when I'm busy trading, when I'm busy showing you guys exactly what I'm talking about. But as soon as we get that, let me try to get it. It's the Euro Turkish lira. Okay, the TRY, it just disappeared probably because I'm not uh, I'm not using. Okay, this is that imaginary order block that we had previously. I hope you remember this imaginary order block. I talked about breaking this next shoulder. This is the Euro Turkish lira. We are buying the tourist arrivals in the Turkish lira, and I just told you that the euro is not safe. So we're gonna be pulling lower bit by bit, and those are the expectations that I have. And if you want to hold this trade short, you can hold it, and somewhere down there it will uh, give us those profits that we're looking for. We just wanted to break below this low. Those are the expectations that we have on the Euro Turkish lira. So I just had an issue with this guy over here. He just changed into whatever that he likes. So this is the order block that we have drafted. We are not necessarily on it, but it is actually here. So this is that order block that we imagined and the shoulder that we talked about, and the order block that formed because of that our expectations, we wanted to break the previous shoulder, which is this one, and we want to break this low here, which is this guy, which is a signal that for me that says this is volume. But this whole thing is a wipe of schematics. If you don't know what that is, this is the spring, this is the test when we come back to this shoulder and we wick it with the pullback. That is what I call uh, after getting the volume of the breaking of the high and the low, which is from a compression to an expansion. We can actually hold. Remember, the entry is on the 30th of September, but I'm not going to be doing that. I will be selling it all the way down here, and I'll come back again and sell it again. That's how I trade this baby. See you guys on the next episode. Goodbye, guys.